Alexa Bliss fans are not thinking about this. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what y'all need to be thinking about and why I think it's important that you start. Because we know that Alexa Bliss is on her return to WWE television. We don't know exactly when, but most would assume that it's probably the Women's Royal Rumble match. Now, look, Alexa Bliss has been off of WWE television since January of 2023. Oh, how things have changed. That's been 2 years now. So when she returns, which I believe will be at the Royal Rumble, she's going to get a massive pop. What they do with her going forward, that's the big question mark. And I think I have a solution. Now, Alexa Bliss, the last time we saw her, she was paired with Uncle Howdy and Bray Wyatt, and doing so as a babyface. I don't think she's going to be going back to that pairing. One, obviously Bray Wyatt tragically lost his life, and two, Bray's brother, Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, he's doing his own thing with the Wyatt Six. They're also on SmackDown. I assume Alexa is coming back on Monday Night Raw, but we don't know. It doesn't really matter what brand she's on. She's still going to do big things. I think WWE looks at it as if they can utilize a current top talent to help reintroduce her to the fan base. Now, don't get it twisted here. I still do think that fans will clearly remember Alexa Bliss. You guys certainly do, and I see all the social media engagement whenever she's mentioned. She does big numbers, so I expect for WWE to use her in a big-time way against a big-time opponent. And as I was looking at the roster, both Raw and SmackDown, because you can't rule out a SmackDown return, I look at it and I go, okay, you have Monday Night Raw. There's a lot of interesting names on this list, right? You have an Io Sky there, a Dakota Kai there. You have obviously Liv Morgan, our Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley, a returning Becky Lynch. And so, although Alexa Bliss is going to be returning at the Women's Royal Rumble match, I also don't think that she's going to win it either. I don't think she's going to win the match and go on to WrestleMania and challenge for a Women's World title. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I think that honor will go to Charlotte Flair. So what do you do in the meantime? Well, I look at the roster. If she's not going to go after Rhea Ripley, if she's not going to go after Tiffany Stratton, who is there left? I look at Monday Night Raw and I go, there's one name that I should highlight. There's one name that I think all fans should underline, circle, put a dot next to it. I don't care. Cite it. Look at it. Remember it. I think Alexa Bliss versus Liv Morgan would be a heck of a feud. You don't necessarily have to do it at WrestleMania, although I can certainly see why you would, to big-time stars at a big-time event. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense to me. Alexa Bliss going against Liv Morgan, here's why. One, it will give Liv someone to beat, because I do not see Alexa Bliss going over Liv Morgan, right? Too much stacked against her. Not only is Liv a big-time star and is coming off of a monstrous, successful run as Women's World Champion, she's also got Dirty Dom, she's got Raquel Rodriguez. All of that is stacked against the deck of Alexa Bliss. I also don't think that WWE necessarily wants to bring Alexa Bliss back and have her beat their top star or one of their top stars right out of the gate. Because, let's be real, WWE hasn't always booked Alexa Bliss in the most strong way possible, right? There has been a lot of years, whether it's Vince McMahon or Triple H, where they have not done her any favors. She's had to overcome a lot of bad booking, bad creative, and just losing matches left and right. You have to take that into consideration when you're talking about Alexa Bliss. I also look at it like this. Liv Morgan is coming off of a major feud and almost a year-long reign as a Women's World Champion. She just put over Rhea Ripley January 3rd, Raw on Netflix premiere episode. Now, as of the recording of this video, it may have changed, but we have not seen her on television, or at least we have not seen her in a match and or a top program yet. She hasn't entered a program. It doesn't matter if she's in a program right now. What matters is, what is she doing coming out of the Royal Rumble? What is she doing in the coming months? Get me? Like, that's kind of where we're building towards this. A future Saturday Night's Main Event, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, whatever, right? You can do that program. It gives both talent an equal opportunity to showcase what they have to offer. I also think if you're Alexa Bliss fans, including myself, you look at it and go, okay, we're going to bring Alexa Bliss back. We're going to bring her back, and she's going to lose to Liv Morgan. She's going to do the honors for Liv Morgan. Not the greatest thing in the world in terms of losing, but I also think that if you go and you look at it like this, if you put a positive spin on it, if you put a positive twist on it, I would go like this. Yes, we're bringing her back to lose to Liv Morgan, but we're also bringing her back and we're putting her in a big time feud where she's going to get a ton of television time. Because what do we know about Liv Morgan? We know that Liv Morgan takes up a lot of television time. Why does she does that? Well, number one, she's one of their biggest stars. Number two, she's second biggest star in the women's division right now. There's not a lot of talent in that division right now that's big time name. She's also part of the Judgment Day. She's also paired with Raquel Rodriguez and Dominic Mysterio. There's a lot of areas, there's a lot of time spent with Liv Morgan on our television set. That's great for Liv Morgan fans. That's also great for Alexa Bliss fans because you're going to get more TV time, right? You want to associate Liv Morgan with Alexa Bliss while you're feuding. That's the whole point of feuds, right? They don't have to necessarily bring up their opponent, but you want to keep that idea going of, hey, this person is feuding with this person. I wonder what this person is going to do when they see this person, kind of thing, right? So it will automatically associate, okay, Alexa Bliss is back. She's in a top program with Liv Morgan, therefore she's a top star, right? It's that rub. Not necessarily saying that Alexa Bliss needs the rub, but there are a lot of new casual fans that have been introduced to the WWE product since January of 2023. Newsflash, not everyone lives in a bubble within the ecosystem of WWE. So if you are reintroducing a character in which who has not been on television in 2 years, it would be a great way, it would be a great ideology to pair her up with one of your top stars, therefore getting her introduced in a big-time way where you go, oh, we're supposed to think that Alexa Bliss is a big-time star because she's feuding with Liv Morgan kind of thing. Especially if you go with the booking strategy of, hey, let's keep her strong. Hey, let's, get her comeuppance up, every once in a while. Let her win some matches on television. Let them properly build to the match. Let them do promo segments. Let her get the better of Liv. Let Liv get some heat, and get the shine off of Alexa like it's a back and forth type of thing. I just look at the women's division right now. I look at the women's Raw division right now, and I love this feud. I really, really do. I consider myself Alexa Bliss and a Liv Morgan fan, and I look at this idea and I look at the roster and I go, you know what? Hey, it makes sense. It makes sense for Liv. It makes sense for Alexa. It makes sense for the company. It makes sense for the fans. We're in this weird time period where we're getting to WrestleMania, but we're not there yet. So you need filler storylines. I like it. And I think most of you guys will as well. I'd love to hear what you have to say down in the comments area below. While you're doing so, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and sound off what you have to say. But I'm super excited for the Royal Rumble. I'm super excited to see Alexa Bliss back on WWE television, and I'm super excited to see where they can go with her as she returns to WWE television.